I'm welcoming you, Elizabeth Anglin. Welcome to this fabulous day. I'd love you to introduce yourself, tell us all about how you got to do what you do, and share a demo. And over to you. The stage is yours.
Okay. So I'm Elizabeth Anglin. I come from a family of psychics, but my dad was a science teacher and my mom was a university researcher. The other thing that ran in my family was alien abduction we knew my grandfather and my dad. And so um, when I was in high school, there was a young man that I went to high school with who was also an abductee who accidentally died during an abduction and got left in his bedroom naked with a hole in his head. And and it was bad because he had all these journals about what had been going on, and my name was all over the journals because we were in experiences together. And then when I was 24, they decided to wake me up. 23, I was 23 going on 24, so it was November of 1989. They decided to wake me up by showing up in my apartment and saying, "Hey, we're here, look at us." And I was completely awake. My cat ended up playing with them. I couldn't move. And I was very, very frightened at that point because I realized that my friend from high school, they had made a mistake and they had killed him. Now, that's not the end of the story. The next part of the story was that I ended up, they did end up killing me, and I had a near-death experience, which was really fantastic for me because I had been afraid of being abducted and being killed. And so I had your typical near-death experience. My religious belief system was born again Christian at the time, so I saw Christ. I went through the tunnel. I had my life review. I got to see a lot of things about what it means to be here on Earth and how it really is. It's a learning experience. It's like a virtual reality learning experience. And I got closer. I was a charismatic Christian. I'd always, my whole life, said, "Okay, Christ, what's going on? Should I do this? Should I do that?" And for me, it had always been, yeah, go do that. Go learn from that person. It didn't matter who they were, what their background was. It'd be like, go find out what you learn. So I'm having this wonderful experience with Christ in my life review. I haven't hurt anybody too much by age 23, so nothing really bad is happening. And then all of a sudden I go to, and they're like, "And you've been here before." And then I realized I had fallen off my bike at 15 and I had been hit by a car, and they had run time backwards so that the car didn't kill me. The car had actually killed me, and they ran time back because I wasn't supposed to be dead and sort of ran it. And so I had already been there and had a life review, and that was my second time. And I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's why the driver of the car was so freaked out and sped off. He didn't even stop to see if I was okay when I popped up from under the car." Um, I'm like, "Okay, this is near-death experience number two." And then I get the news, "You've got to go back." And I'm like, "What? I don't want to go back. This is really great." People had come down to greet me. It was starting to be a big party. The life review was going well. And no, you got to go back. And I'm like, "What?" So I ended up, as he's showing me, he's pulling back the curtain on these little aliens who had messed up my brain. I had had an aneurysm because they had not done something correctly in this side of my brain. They were working furiously, and to looked like to me to be Christ was going, "Hey, you fix her, you broke her, she's not supposed to be here, you fix her, do it now." And they're like, "Okay." So they're fixing me, and I end up back in my body, waking up the next day completely feeling great, no more fear about anything, and then also really informed. This is a learning experience. This is about learning to love. This is about learning to love yourself. So there might be aliens coming to pick you up and do stuff to you. That's a learning experience. What are you going to learn from that? So I ended up for the alien stuff. I worked with John Mack at Harvard, and that put me in a good position to meet a lot of people who were good teachers. But because the alien abduction experience is really tough, and very traumatic, it's hard on the body. So while I was doing the research at Harvard, I ended up presencing chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, and I was not healing from it. So I moved to New Mexico, and I couldn't even afford to get acupuncture, which is what I really wanted to do. I moved to a better location than Boston. I moved and I wanted acupuncture. I couldn't afford it, so I took a Reiki class. And that for me was life-changing. It scared I had a teacher and a student teacher, and the student teacher gave me my first initiation. And I presenced blue lightning going through the top of my head in the initiation, and it popped, and she saw it come out of her hands, and she got scared, and she thought she had hurt me. And I'm just sitting here going, wow, this is great. And so that, like, I had had a lot of anger, frustration, and rage at people about the alien abduction stuff. And then after my first Reiki initiation, I realized, wait a second, you're not here to learn anger, frustration, and rage. You're here to learn to love, regardless of what people do, regardless of whether or not they believe your story, regardless about whether or not they care about the earth or animals or what the message is that aliens have, regardless if they care about disclosure. You're not here to learn about being angry with them for not listening. You're here to love. And people are really lovable. So I walked out of my Reiki class going, people are really lovable. And and in that love, the Venus that Tanya was talking about, and then the heart opening, I walked in. It was a complete transformation of where I had been. I went into remission from chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia at that time. I was working for a equine surgeon part-time because was all that I could energetically afford to work at that time. And I was like, yes, let's do more of this Reiki. Let's do Reiki too. So it's 1994. 3 months later, my teacher, we had to wait 3 months. I take Reiki 2, and the next day I start animal communication with my boss's dog, who has a real problem. He has a skin condition. He's an old collie. He's deaf. He barks a lot anyway, but he has a skin condition where under his fur, where maggots are growing out of his skin, and the vet didn't even know. And I had been sent there to feed the animals lunch while he went to a racetrack. And the dog is talking to me, saying, my rump, put your hands on my rump, put your hands on my rump, take care of my rump. And the vet calls after that. Then I do Reiki for 5 minutes, and the vet calls and he says, anybody need anything? And I'm like, yeah, Wags needs you to pay attention to his rump. And the vet's a very grumpy old Air Force vet. He used to work with the apes in the Air Force. And he's like, rah, rah, rah. Goes home, looks at Wags's rump, finds all the maggots, stays up all night taking care of his own dog, calls me in the morning and says, you need to take my first 2 appointments and move them back. And it's your fault. Rah, rah, rah. And then he comes in with pictures and he says, how did you know? And I said, because he told me. He said, my rump, take care of help my rump. So I started doing animal communication in a veterinary surgery clinic at that point. Now, this is not too far off the bat for alien stuff because all of the aliens talk with telepathy. So it's like I already knew how to do it. I just didn't do it in my regular waking life. And Reiki sort of opened that up. It put the energetic, mental, emotional things together. I got better. I went back to Boston. I continued on with research with Dr. Mack. I started working at MIT in the physics department with Nobel Prize winners Henry Kindle and Jerome Friedman, who had discovered quarks. When they moved their research group to Brookhaven, I started to work with George Apostolakis, who's now the chairman of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, who in nuclear engineering, and then I became the chair of the chemistry department's assistant and NIH cancer grant administrator. All of these things I did with my saying that I had done research with John Mack at Harvard into alien abduction. And they all said, that's cool. You're telling the truth. That's awesome. And so I have this kind of in between phase. I've edited journals. I really love science. I love the truth of science. I love that people who do science um, are seeking the truth. They're seeking to find the boundaries of everything that we can know about reality. How far can we go out into reality and find out what's happening? So I have that. At the same time, I was learning scientific remote viewing with Farsight protocols, and I went to the Air Institute in Boston, which is the oldest teaching school for evidential spirit mediumship and spirit mediumship in the United States. So this was in the mid to late 90s. And I ran a school. So any case, for me, being abducted by aliens has had its benefits and its drawbacks, but the main thing it's done is make me be really curious about how I can use my brain to find out things, how I can use it telepathically, how I can use it to have better relations with everyone around me, my animals, with aliens, things like that. In 1997, what I really came up to was understanding that I totally am sovereign in my own space and that everything happens by agreement. And I changed my agreements with the aliens. So I have still have relationships with aliens, but I'm not abducted. And that's pretty cool. So since then, I have sought to work with people, some people who are abductees, but also people who are really dealing with being stuck in their bodies, feeling like their body isn't serving them anymore. They've had a lot of trauma, um, or they're just confused about what to do next. So, um, I would say after the 90s, I started working more with um, Akashic record works, probability timeline reading. What are you here to do? What are you going to be most supported in based on what you're here to do? Do you want to change your Akashic records? Do you want to change what your life lesson plan is? So I sort of treat this from the near-death experience to what we're doing as a school, and you have a life lesson plan, and my job is your, college your college guidance counselor. Here's what you signed up for. Do you still want to be in that class? Do you want to change it? Do you want to move it around? Um, and so I work on that with people a lot. I work on um, integrating their divine energy. A lot of star seeds, a lot of people who have dual reference with aliens don't integrate it well, and they don't want to hear about it, and they don't even want to accept the energy of it. And they might be this amazing being that has had all of this lifetimes and lifetimes of energy work experience and really understands the how consciousness and reality is interrelated. And I meet a lot of healers that have this where all of a sudden they don't want to accept what they consider to be their alien self. And they start rejecting their own divine higher energy or their own divine wholeness, which has energy that they need to do the work in an even better way. So a lot of times we'll look at the Akashic, or we'll just kind of look at them across time, not just the past lives, not just the bad stuff that's stuck, but the stuff that's really incredible and advanced that they'll either do in the future or they've already done. And so one of the things that I help people do is to grab that energy and pull it in and integrate it into their system without fear and without distress and without, oh my God, I can't be weird. That would be wrong. And so if I'm weird, that's not nice. So that's the work I'm doing lately. If you look in the offer is for spirit, energy, and information integration. And in that we go from your past, sticky energy of the past, to your present. What are you doing now? Is this what you're supposed to be doing? Are you going to be supported in it? Do you need to change how you view it? What about your energetics of what you're doing need to be changed? So the kind of work that I do somewhat similar work to what Goran does, but I don't know the whole extent of his. It's really cool though, because I'm like, yeah, I do a little bit of that. Um, but that is like, do we need to fix something that's now? Do we need to fix something in the past? Do we need to know about that? Or do we need to just bring in who you are as an advanced higher being and who you've been across lifetimes, who really knows some great stuff? And many people are so identified with being human that they won't allow in all this great stuff that when they've been other types of beings, they knew and they learned and they did. So we kind of go look around, see what's in your energy field, see where you're going. Um, and then also, I also work with people who have lost family members, children, husbands, pets. Sometimes we just start with that because people are in grief, and that's their hero's journey starting point. I was in grief because I lost my husband. And then all of this other part of my world opened up. So that's what my integration package is to kind of work in all the different ways that I work, with different kinds of energies, looking at you across time, looking at where you're stuck, looking where you need to change something that you're doing right now. I can do for a group session, this is my first time here. I do some group energy clearing work. Would anybody be interested in that? Okay. You want that? Okay. All right. So everybody, um, and does anybody have any questions before we start that? No?
Everyone was just checking about the link, but I put in a link that works. So
Oh, okay.
just the link works, everybody.
I don't know what archon manipulation is, so I'm sorry, Melody, I can't give you anything about that because that's not anything I know about. Uh, okay. Death is to be celebrated as a birth, since this is what is in reality. It's kind of like graduating, like when you graduate the school when you die, and you meet up with people that you haven't seen for a while, usually if especially if they're either their mental aspects. We have all these different aspects of who we are. So we have the astral plane, we have the mental plane, we have the planes above that where we exist. Um, and most people are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but sometimes they're not. And you'll find that people who are not, you're doing a lot of methamphetamine, and you were supposed to be a healer, but you got so caught up in your own trauma and your friends got you involved with drugs, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so then you have an offshoot life that's sort of like it's not really energetically supported. So not everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Some people like to say, oh, there are no um, accidental deaths, like every death is pre-planned. No, that's not true. I've had people have whole Akashic record lifetimes, and they go out and they party with their friends on a boat in a lake, and they're drunk and they fall in the water, and they didn't plan to do it. And then their life agreements and things like that are sort of left hanging, and people are left hanging. So these kinds of things happen. Life is life, and it's messy, and it's the reason why it's sticky is because we get shocked by the fact that the things that we expected to happen or should have happened um, don't. It's kind of like we're all sometimes little babies going, I'm too hot, or I'm too cold, or that was too shocking, or why did my son die, or my husband shouldn't have caught cancer, or, and we're just really basically crying inside. And we have to work on that. So, all right, moving on. Let's go. All right, infinite spirit, infinite consciousness, divine intelligence, please go ahead and close your eyes. Please clear everyone in this group to the level of love, the level of infinite radiant love, the most optimum level of love possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please clear all of our spirit guides, our spiritual protectors, all beings of goodness and light who love to assist, especially those who are here with us tonight, to the same level of infinite radiant love and beyond. Please clear all friends and family who are here with us tonight to the same level of infinite radiant love and beyond. all friends and family in spirit, and all animals in spirit, and any animals that are near us to the same level of infinite radiant love and beyond. Please clear the rooms and homes we are in and to the same level of infinite radiant love and beyond, and any animals or people who are near us to the same level of infinite radiant love and beyond. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please clear all of our spiritual committee members to the same level of infinite radiant love and beyond. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Infinite spirit, infinite consciousness, divine intelligence, divine presence. Please research and investigate. Does anybody here have anything at the first level that needs to be cleared out? Yes. Does anybody have any beings of a dark nature? Yes. Does anybody have any demonic beings? No, that's awesome. Anybody have any satanic? Nope. Anybody have any negative thought forms? Nope. Anybody have any negative entities? No. Does anybody have any soul separates, soul twins, any kind of splits, split personalities? No. Does anybody have any earthbound spirits? Yes. How many earthbound spirits in the group? More than one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Divine High Self, Divine I Am Presence, Infinite Spirit, Infinite Consciousness, please open up the portal and escort these earthbound spirits through the portal to their most right and perfect place where they may be updated, educated, and informed and continue on in their most right and perfect way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please remove all of their energetic marks, cords, tattoos, anchors, anything and everything that might allow them, if it is not for the highest good of all, to return to anyone in this group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please mop up and clean up all energies they were living within and increasing for anyone in this group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Are we done with that? Do we have any shadow beings, hybrids, others? So this makes sense because you're all light workers. So what happens is they come to you seeking, hey, I'm here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm a little confused. And I really like what I'm seeing because it's like that just means they're coming to you for help. We didn't have anything at the first level that was really, really negative, just people seeking help, which is great. Infinite spirit, infinite consciousness, divine intelligence, divine presence. Do we have any curses in this group? Any vows that no longer serve anybody? No. Awesome. And do we have any programs or systems? Yes. Do we have any programs that need to be released out of the whole group? How many programs? More than 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. More than 26. Divine High Self, Divine I Am Presence, Infinite Spirit, Infinite Consciousness. Please remove the 26 programs that people in the group are running that are not for their highest good and the highest good of all. Please move them up and out of every part of their beingness across all time and space and send them up in a conduit through the center of the Milky Way galaxy or wherever and have them be transmuted into neutral, neutral life-giving and neutral healing energy now, now, now. And returned to be used as desired and required by anyone in the group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, do we have any systems? Yes. In the group, how many systems do we have that are no longer needed? More than 5, 10, 15, 20, 15, 16, 16. Infinite spirit, infinite consciousness, divine intelligence, divine presence. Please go ahead and remove the 16 systems that are being run by members of this group that are no longer for their highest good. Please move them up and out of every part of their beingness across all time and space and send all of that energy up in a conduit through the center of the Milky Way galaxy where it may be transmuted into neutral, neutral, life-giving and neutral healing energy now, 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 and recycled as desired and required by people in this group. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and for the highest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And do we have anybody need any new programs? Okay, how many downloads do we need? More than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Infinite Spirit, Infinite Consciousness, Divine Intelligence, Divine Presence. Please download the 6 programs that are needed as desired and required by members of this group for the highest good of them and the highest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was that done? And do we need any new systems? How many new systems? More than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Infinite Spirit, Infinite Consciousness, Divine Intelligence, Divine Presence. Please download 6 new systems. to the members of this group who desire and require them. Now, now, now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, do we have anything at the deeply, darkly hidden level for any of the members of this group? No. Do we have anything at the deeply, deeply, darkly hidden level? No. Is there anything else? No. You guys are so clean. And I just love that you had that people in spirit, especially if they get confused about what's going on, they will come to light workers. So I think you're all doing great work, especially since that's all we had. Um,
Elizabeth, this is awesome. We've got a couple of minutes. I love that. It's amazing the work you're doing, and your story is fabulous. Um, there's not many questions.
Okay.
Hold on. Did the
Do
aliens?
they identify themselves to you in the end? It depends. It depends on what your relationship with them is. Some you have, depending, and it depends on who you are, and it depends on who you have a relationship with. So, but I have some that I work with that I'm close friends with, and I know them very well. But that's not everybody. So it's just like people. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, great. Well, come see me if something weird happens or something you don't want to talk about. I'm used to the highly strange and the unusual, and you can find me through my website at realspiritmedium.com or follow the link. And I'm here. Thank you, guys.